What's up guys, it's Devin here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of an informal review. So over the last few weeks I have been using the Go-tcha by Datel and I've really been enjoying it, so I figured why not talk about it. So first of all, what is the Go-tcha? Go-tcha is an alternative to the Pokemon Go Plus for the Pokemon mobile game that was made by the company Datel. It's been out for quite a while now. I mean, maybe at least 6-8 months, maybe even close to a year at this point. I'm not really sure, but I just recently got it and I've really been enjoying it. Now, I do have a Pokemon Go Plus here, and I've had this for about 8 months, and I've really enjoyed using this, but this has truly taken it to the next level. So, how do these really compare? Well, the Go-tcha essentially emulates Pokemon Go Plus and adds a couple extra features in, and it does it really well, to be honest. So as far as basic functionality goes, the Go-tcha covers exactly what the Pokemon Go Plus does. So when you're near a Pokestop, when you're near a Pokemon, it will vibrate and you can press the button on it to be able to spin the Pokestop or attempt to catch. So all that's the same, no difference. One thing I was surprised about was the vibration patterns are actually exactly the same as you'll find on the Pokemon Go Plus, which is pretty cool. Now, where the differences begin is obviously the form factor. So, this looks a lot more like what you would imagine a fitness band to look like. It's pretty sleek. There's no Pokemon branding, though that may be because this is not the Pokemon Company or Nintendo making this, it's Datel, but that could really influence your buying decision depending on how flashy you want to be. Do you want to be sleek and not really let anyone know you're playing Pokemon? Or do you want to be flashy? Do you want people to know? Do you want to represent what you're doing? So, as far as form factor goes, it's really going to be up to the individual person. I personally like the Go-tcha just because of the default band that comes with it. It's a lot more secure on my wrist. I don't have as many problems. This thing can be a little finicky. It doesn't really stay on super well, but both of them really get the job done. On top of that, both of them have replaceable straps. I haven't really looked for replacement straps for the Go Plus, but they might be out there. I've also heard that there are quite a few straps that you can get for the Go-tcha, so maybe that'll influence your buying decision as well. One of the downsides to this form factor is the fact that we don't have a physical button here. We do have a touch-sensitive button, and you can see here the Go-tcha lights up. I can begin navigating through the menus. And that is the same button that's used when you catch a Pokemon or a Pokestop. It's just not nearly as responsive as a real button. If you're going to want to go hit something, you feel it vibrating, you want to use it, hitting a button is a very clear response. You have a tactile feedback, and you even get some lights on here. You will kind of get something on your display, but there's not nearly as much tactile feedback. It's hard to tell where you're actually touching on this or what end you are, because the whole thing isn't touch sensitive, just this orange, or red rather, circle. Now, I haven't really experienced this firsthand yet, but one of the biggest downsides I can see with the Go-tcha is the fact that it's not extremely secure in this strap. So really the only thing that's holding it in are the grooves of the band kind of fitting tightly with the Go-tcha itself. So as you can see here, it's easy to pop right out. Now, that means it's easy to get to the charging port, or the charging pins, I should say, and there's not really much hassle involved in actually getting this a quick charge and being on your way. However, I have noticed that as I go to put this on, when I flex the band as I put it on, it can kind of pop out. So, there's been a couple times where I've seen it popped out like that on my wrist, and I've been a little worried that I'm going to lose it, but it's not happened yet. Thankfully, it's, not the most expensive thing in the world. It's, a few more dollars than this, but if you lose the Go-tcha and keep the strap, you've really lost most of your value right there. So what can this thing do feature-wise that the Go Plus can't? Why would you order this over the Go Plus aside from the form factor? Well, there's a few things. So, the features aren't crazy different, but they may make a huge difference for a person depending on how you want to play. So, unlike the Go Plus, this actually has an option to auto spin auto-catch Pokemon. So if you're near a Pokestop, this thing is very quick and will pretty much immediately go ahead and spin it without you really even knowing, especially if you have vibration turned off. So that's another feature of the Go-tcha that the Go Plus doesn't have, so you can get rid of the vibration. So with auto-catch, auto-spin, you basically can play Pokemon Go without any disruption. No one will know, you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to constantly click a button, it will just go. So that is really cool, and that's honestly the biggest reason why I think you would want to buy this. Now, another thing that's kind of a feature is the fact that it is rechargeable. For those of you who don't know, the Go Plus actually takes a real battery. I believe it's a CR2032, so they're not hard to find, they're not that expensive, and they last a long time. This one actually lasted me about 8 months. Now, your mileage is going to vary based on how much you play, based on how much you use this thing, but I thought 8 months was incredible. So I was a little bit worried when I got the Go-tcha. I was thinking, how is this battery life going to compare? You know, is it going to be a huge pain? But honestly, it's been great. So the Go-tcha, it's very easy to charge when you need to. Top it off. It takes about 30 minutes to get a full charge, though it's kind of hard to tell as there's not a battery life indicator. But it takes about 30 minutes to charge from what I've read online, from what I've experienced. And for me, the charge lasted over a week. Now, I'm not the most hardcore player, but I would play maybe at least an hour a day, you know, walking around, doing something for most of those days. So I estimated I got about 8 to 12 hours of actual active auto-catching, auto-spinning use from this thing, which more than impressed me. I was really worried about not being able to get through a really long play session, maybe like I was out for 4 hours or something like that, but this should be able to do it at least 2 times over, which is awesome. The fact that it charges in 30 minutes means that you can just top it off if you want to. You can plug it in right before you leave the house and be on your way. Now, this is a proprietary connector as far as I can tell, so if you lose the charger, you know, it may be kind of annoying. You might not have something lying around like a micro USB or a USB Type-C charger. So keep that in mind. Don't lose this, don't lose the charger, and you should be good. So I don't want to drag this review out too long. I really want to give my overall feedback on this. Would I buy it again? Should you buy it? And all that. Basically, this is a quality device. I actually really like it. Datel usually doesn't disappoint me. They really put a lot of effort into their products and kind of push the limit on what they can do. They almost tread into like the modding hacking scene, and it's really no different with this, as it seems to really be emulating a Go Plus. As far as the game is concerned, as far as my phone is concerned, this is a Go Plus, but it's obviously not. So quality-wise, really I can't complain. There's no bugs, it works just like the Go Plus, and it feels great. In my opinion, this is a little bit more sleek than the Go Plus too. I would like some kind of a Pokemon logo or something somewhere, maybe some Pokeballs on the strap. That's not a huge deal breaker for me. I can deal with it, and overall it's more comfortable for me to wear for longer periods of time, and yeah, I prefer to have this on my wrist over the Go Plus just for really that. Maybe I'll look into buying a third-party strap and getting something that, you know, sports the actual Pokemon theme a little bit more, but you know, this strap is fine. It does what it needs to. So that's really it for now. I didn't want this to be a super in-depth review. I wanted it to be pretty informal, just my opinions and my thoughts. If you guys want to see more on the Go Plus, and maybe a more detailed review or going over the features firsthand, let me know and I might do that. But for now, my name's Devin. You can find me on the internet, on Twitter, of course here on YouTube, on Steemit, most places as ParanoidCoder. So it's just like it's spelled on YouTube, ParanoidCoder, one word. Look me up, like me, follow me. Let me know what you think about the video. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to thumbs up this video. Right now, I'm going to be coming out with at least one video a month due to a challenge from my co-host on the Mod Chat podcast. The challenge was initiated in December, so I'm trying to keep to my word, keep these cranking out. Even though I'm nearing the end of the month again, you know, I'm enjoying doing this. If I have a lot of free time, I might actually crank out more videos, but we'll see. You're at least going to get one video a month from me. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.